This is your place. Wow.
Just got mauled by a bear.
Don't sit on my bed.
Heading back to my death point.
Charlie, are you here to try to have
Gonna
sex
try to
with me?
collect. Gonna try to make some weapons along the way.
I can't believe you would ask me a question like that in my time of need.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. We got a history. You're suspicious. I get that. We got a crazy history, you and me. Oh well. You know, maybe I'll just get a little comfortable and I'll talk and you can just kind of tell me about
Feet on the...
take the shoes off.
No, just don't take your shoes off.
I'm really not comfortable to take the shoes off.
Charlie.
So tell me about you.
I'm
What kind of
killing
music
that
are you into? Favorite color? You ever own a dog? Do you want a dog? This thing is cozy. Just ice it and it will go down.
I know what you do to it.
Hey, what's the action? Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you going to keep saying that? Is that like your catchphrase now?
Dad, can you please get me some ice?
What happened to your eye?
Well, Matt plays basketball with his elbows. That's what happened.
What, you were all playing basketball? Yeah, it's part of our community service. Gotta coach kids as part of our, sentence. Like two teams playing against each other? Yeah, that's generally how basketball's played.
There's a lot of pee.
And go! Very nice. Take footwork, that's it. Very good. Chris, really good. Yes. Good moves. What the hell are you doing here? Oh, I just came because you were late. I volunteered. Hey, do some ball work. Why are you doing this to me? I figured maybe you and I could do a little father-son bonding. Bonding? I don't bond with you. Go out to bonding with Charlie. Charlie, the girl. What girl? You know, the waitress girl. The waitress hates Charlie. How do you know that? Because he's obsessed with her. He won't leave her alone. Quite frankly, I don't see what all the fuss is about. I banged her. I don't get it. Dennis, you shouldn't be sleeping with your friends' girlfriends. Well, you handed down life lessons? Get the hell out of here. Get off my court. Your court? Yeah. Want to shoot for it? Free throws? Shoot for what? Throw me the ball. All right. Oh, best out of three gets to be the coach. Dad, you don't want to shoot me for it because you'll lose. You want to bet?
Gotcha. Oh god damn. Holy shit. Okay, I'll be back for you in a second. Let me go make sure to grab the last of my stuff. Thank God for it starting to drown at the end. Okay. I think I need bones. Okay, I need to go that way. We got speared. God, I hate the bears in this game. I don't hate them as in like I want to remote hate them as in like they suck the experience. Raw bear hide. Let's see how to process that. Soak raw hide in a barrel or diluted borax. By grinding borax. I found some borax. Well, that sucks. I can't do anything with that then. soak rawhide in a barrel of lime water or diluted water. I don't have barrels. I need iron. God damn. Man. So 2 by 2 by 2 should be fine. 2 by 2 by 2. And this is now 3 by 2 by 2 by 2. So this should be big enough. Oh, I lost all my sticks, didn't I? We can go to space. We're the one. Everybody wants something. We can go to space. Rifts are calm. Might be able to push it. Might want to go for high yield, if anything. I think that means I need at least 16 pieces of wood, right? Shit. Okay, this is definitely more than 16. Ah, shit. This is the latest I've stayed out. Okay, and I am starting to freak out a little. Fuck this.
How's Luca? How's Luca? What? Just relax, alright? Yep. Night, Rain.
Good night. Oh shit. Really forgot. I gotta mark my farm on the map. Oh. Oh, I wonder how far back that goes. Okay, let's figure out this fucking... Two by two by two. Hopefully they're all completely filled. Okay. Okay, then it probably would have worked last night. I just didn't commit. Now I leave that for a while. Okay, once that charcoal is ready, I'll have enough to get the pickaxe and the hammer. Then I'll have enough to go collect more iron every click. Actually, how much do I have now? I want to do some ingots. Although I can't do ingots yet. So I got enough for 3 more. I got enough for 3 more. That's pretty good. So, yeah, everything works here. I'll leave some of these spears behind. time to go looking for more copper, I guess. Excavate those ruins, maybe? Or collect more wood, I guess. I'd rather be the smarter thing to do. I'm gonna need a lot of it. Maybe time to start building my house, too. I'm running out of space. I also need to go out and find borax.
The local, perfectly charred, farm fresh way to ensure everyone's up by.
Alright, it was done. Cash. Thanks. I'm so excited. Let's just stand outside the window and pick whichever one we want. I know what you're thinking. Yes, they look a little warm. But don't worry. Once they get in between 20 and 22 degrees Fahrenheit, they get on a roll. Not like the brakes. We fixed that part about the brakes. Like they go quick. All sails are fine. So you probably have many questions. What is a Cybertruck? What happened to inspire a follow-up video? What is a truck? Where is Elon Musk in all of this? Who is this demonic little theater kid on my screen? The answer to all of those questions is yes. It sounds improbable, but when you really think about it, it actually makes sense. As none of you would know, something that pops up every so often in the Australian news cycle is that the Cybertruck is finally about to be sold here. For the last year and a half. It's gonna happen this time, but much like an ex-convict flirting, it ends up sounding less like a tease and more of a threat. Even generally, the Cybertruck is still making headlines coming up on 2 years after it was first sold, which itself is an oddity. I mean, I barely see news coverage of cars, let alone cars this old. Ford could go bankrupt and my life would be materially the same. And admittedly, I haven't been paying attention to that. I have had other things that are way more important to be doing. Okay, so context. The Tesla Cybertruck was announced in 2019, started production in late 2024, and was widely panned for any reason that you can imagine, and as a result, many of the potential buyers were Elon sycophants who were very loud in their purchases, signaling that it was, in fact, okay to make fun of them for their ugly, stupid car. In my last video on the subject, go watch it, I went into more detail, but to condense, the car was made poorly, both in terms of physical quality and design choices, making it difficult to maintain, along with it being extremely dangerous, with faults that included the accelerator being stuck at 100% in a car that can go a quarter mile in 12 seconds. It was marketed poorly, claiming vague abilities in certain conditions that it just could not meet, requiring software upgrades to perform better, but how can code fix the floor being too low, or the car being gross? Apart from those minor details, it was also prohibitively expensive, not very functional, difficult to ensure, challenging to fix, and trivially easy to break. But perhaps to many, the worst thing of all was that Elon Musk really liked the car. The Cybertruck was, and still is, more than just an electric truck. It's a symbol of allegiance, or at very least agreement, with the insane design philosophies of a man who allegedly risked OSHA violations because he doesn't like the color yellow. One of the bigger questions that loomed over the Cybertruck's release was the future. The thing barely worked when it was new and had critical issues rather frequently, being recalled like 1,000 separate times.
Would software updates eventually fix these nagging faults? What would the stainless steel look like in a year? Will the factory finally have the funding to upgrade from Elmer's school glue to the delicious all-purpose variety? Will Elon Musk have another breakdown and just brick them? Will some of them just explode? Before I continue, this video was going to talk about, like, more of this stuff, and also, like, the robo-taxis and the self-driving stuff from Tesla. I don't have time. It'll be on the second channel. Go watch it. It'll be in the description. The biggest change for the Cybertruck experience, and you would imagine the most beneficial one, has been Musk's appointment as a petty tyrant with tremendous political sway. DOGE, or Department of Government Efficiency, is, or depending on when you're viewing this, was an initiative with the express purpose of maximizing productivity within the government and cut down on excessive spending. How well it's done either of those things historically is, at best, vague, and depends on what spending you specifically consider to be wasteful. It's also vague whether or not the presidential appointment of Elon Musk was unconstitutional, as both the organization and the operatives were in fact not approved by Congress, and they had considerable power over the agencies that were. One would assume that Musk would leverage his government position into more favorable laws and deals for his companies, almost all of which receive some kind of federal funding, which, while being grotesquely illegal, everyone still very much expected it, which is reflected in the Tesla stock, as among other factors, Elon's growing attachment to the president was considered alluring. What was not considered alluring was, like everything else that happened at the time, he endorsed what is considered to be a far-right nationalist party in Germany, which didn't really help Tesla's attempts to penetrate the European market, especially when the Cybertruck wasn't popular already. It's like shooting yourself in the foot when you're already missing a leg. Financial experts since then have started describing Tesla stock as a meme stock, which, while being somewhat erroneous, has a grain of truth, as it does get to the heart of the matter, which is that the stock's performance has nothing to do with the actual performance of the company, let alone the sales of their product. The stock is so untethered from reality that until recently the highest valuation of Tesla stock was around a time when their cars were being actively firebombed in protest of Elon's actions. Weirdly enough, though, during this period of massively increased residual attention, the Cybertruck was, like, ignored. Like, all the other cars got, like, a lot more coverage, but, I mean, it was probably a good thing, because the attention it was receiving still wasn't very good. Looking back at the chronology of news coverage at this point in retrospect, it's really weird how much of it is just about what the truck will be doing, or markets it will be entering, or critical faults you will have to get fixed. I spoke a bit earlier about Tesla's commitment to bring the Cybertruck to Australian shores, which ironically does a fantastic job at highlighting all of the reasons why it is now a gigantic failure. For one, Australia drives on the left side of the road, and we have more restrictive safety standards to pin that, which means that the overflow of existing stock, both from overproduction and trade, cannot be rolled over. You just have to make new cars. This is something that is technically plausible, if not kind of easy. After all, the production lines were set up to allow for a capacity of 250,000 trucks a year, and currently only produces 20,000. So, like, there's room that we can fill. So, that little pin from before. Restricted safety measures. Currently, in order to sell cars that want to do things like drive on roads, you need to follow the Australian design rules. According to County Director of Tesla Australia, Tom Drew, that's how it's spelled, said the changes would only incur an added cost of $5,000 to $10,000, as the changes would be small: bumper widths, external lighting, and the placement of the steering wheel, which, all things considered, is actually all. Did you just say $10,000? Much of the coverage around this thing, including my own, is about the price, but only vaguely, because Even telling you the exact dollar amount, $79,909 before savings, is still technically obscuring important information. There are a lot of things that go into the price of a car. Insurance, service, and tax cuts are just 3. And during the writing process of this video, the cheapest Cybertruck was listed at $72,000, thanks to a $7,500 tax cut, which is substantial. In Australia, EV tax cuts, as of this moment, vary by state, but are designed to push people towards cheaper, smaller cars that are also sustainable. A hypothetical. I'm walking along the road, and then I'm hit by a car, and I have terminal brain damage. I want to buy a Cybertruck at full price. That would be about $82,000 for the lowest model, which would be 124,000 AUD. We're not factoring in shipping. After Victoria's EV tax cuts, it will be the exact same price. Even the most generous offerings would exclude the Cybertruck by like an entire tax bracket's worth of money because of either the price or the income that would be required for this to not be the worst purchase you have ever made. But that's only one part. The car is also difficult to service and requires more active maintenance. Some insurers in the US no longer include Cybertrucks for reasons that will be apparent, and on average it costs a lot more to keep them covered. You spend more on cleaning products and you have to do it more. It's the worst of every world. This just adds 25 new straws onto a camel's back that was shot during the Great War. The idea that this truck is coming to Australia is such a fantasy. Usually the question is, who would buy this? But honestly, with these prices, who even can? Admittedly, some of this would be alleviated by a cheaper model, perhaps one that is actually the price that it was originally advertised at. Earlier this year, Tesla released their longest range and cheapest Cybertruck yet, something lauded by Drive, seemingly unaware that 16,000 Australian dollars cheaper still makes it 100 grand. Not that it would matter, as it appears that the public's issues with the product run deeper than just a few $1,000. As of the writing of this video, the model is no longer sold, lasting not even a full calendar year, and that is the most impressive thing a Cybertruck has ever done. Having fewer Cybertrucks on the road, however, is almost certainly I'm not even going to pretend. I'm biased. It is certainly a good thing. The only bright spots to this car are the sunbeams it reflects directly into your eyes. The Cybertruck has a lot of inherent design flaws of modern cars, like being too big and too fast, but it also has a series of unique, worse safety flaws, many of which I pointed out in the last video and were pointed out by other people at the time. It seemed obvious that thing was unsafe and people shouldn't buy it, but now we have actual numbers to back that up. In February of this year, Fuel Arc did an unenviable job of calculating both the total units sold and total fire deaths caused by the Cybertruck. They did, however, include an incident that was on purpose, which is disingenuous, and they even recommended ignoring it. The purpose of this article was to compare it to the Ford Pinto, a car exclusively known for being cheap and blowing up. And the results are not pretty. The thing catches on fire all of the time, and apparently is capable of reaching such extreme heat that it was able to begin cremating the driver and makes it difficult for first responders to reach the people inside. Since Fuel Arc's write-up was published, around 10,000 Cybertrucks have been sold, a bump it up to around 15,000, giving them the benefit of the doubt they absolutely do not deserve. Since that article, there has only been a single fire death, which, when removing the self-immolation, brings the number back to 5, and an average of 10 fire deaths per 100,000 models, which is better, but I feel the need to point out was still terrible. That's really bad. The Ford Pinto, by the way, in this article, is like 0.4 per 100,000. It's like magnitudes less. In an effort to be fair, I feel like I'm doing them a favor, because that is omitting so much information. The fire death that happened since that article was published was 19-year-old Krista Sukahara, who was unable to manually release the door after the electrics failed. While I can't find any source for this, it is most likely that she was in the rear seat, which compared to the front, requires taking off a panel inside the map pocket of the door to release the hatch. And frankly, I wonder how much of this design is up to aesthetics rather than purpose. There were 4 people in the car. 1 passenger lived and the other 2 didn't survive the crash. damage. And I want to point that out. That's still bad. Not having a crumple
Oh, fuck.
is a bad thing, and the numbers don't fully convey this. A lot of articles that I read to find the source from Fuel Arc said that, like, just generally equated it to deaths. That the Cybertruck was generally more dangerous than the Ford Pinto, but that's being disingenuous. It's just more. It only talks about fire deaths. This, by the way, is only the second lawsuit I found regarding the Cybertruck, and one of what feels like a billion around to Tesla. These things are not safe, and you should never get inside of one. That's all I have. Sorry that got serious for a second, but you should really never get inside one of those things. They are bad. Like, everything that I've read about the Cybertruck just convinces me.
I know it's
more
still
and more
behind
that
me.
you
I'm not
shouldn't
even
be
gonna turn around to look. I know it's still behind me.
Like, you should never get inside of one. The idea that I would be in the driver's seat and I turn around and I'm like, hey, just so you know, in case there's a fire, you need to pull off this hatch, or like pull off this door and pull a hatch to get out. Like, I shouldn't have to instruct people how to get out of my car. There are some EV models that, like, the door latch just works in case of an electric fault. So it is possible. I don't know why it shouldn't be something, I don't know, extra. It should be the default. It has to be. You need to legally mandate this. Thanks to the fellas for supporting me. Yeah, this video was just fun.
Oh, motherfucker. Oh, son of a bitch. Fuck. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my. Red current. Surrounded by the out and out. If the day is away. Ba-da, ba-da, ba, ba-da, ba-da. God damn. Fuck. Like, damn, that. Run from a bear and then fucking. Oh. Look at all this. It's so much rye, spell, rye, flax. I had a lot of rye. I could deal with a lot more flax. Okay. I hope this stuff finishes soon. Yeah. Oh. Ooh. Maybe I'll play Persona. I should start laying on the ground though. At a time. At least start clearing land. Thank God my camera is pointing all the way up here.